Going to call the meeting to order, for our 6 o'clock meeting here in Berthoud. And Laura Lee, please call the roll. Or is she out getting the list? She is. Okay, never mind. Well, let's see a speed run. I'm sorry. I forgot you were up there. Laura Lee, call the roll. I'm sorry.
I could resist.
Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. All right, bear with us. She's going to call the roll.
Sorry. Okay.
Stu Boyd,
Here.
Denise Chapman,
Here.
Amy Doran,
Here.
Don Kirk,
Here.
Barbara Cruz,
Here?
Alexandra Lessem,
Here.
Nancy Rumfeld.
Here. Thank you. Nancy, would you lead us in the pledge? And the flag is up there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Laura Lee. And Stu, the mission statement, please.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
The mission statement,
Yep.
please.
Yep. The Thompson School District will be a school district that empowers, challenges, and inspires students, faculty, staff, parents, school leaders, and community members to learn, achieve, and excel.
Thank you, Stu. Our first item of business is the adoption of the agenda for today, April 16th, 2025. Are there any changes to the agenda for today's meeting? Stu?
Madam President, I suggest that we eliminate from public participation the board committee reports. It's 5.4.
Okay.
The reason that I'm suggesting this is we have such a busy night, not just in here, but once we go into executive session relative to the superintendent search, and all of our board reports are available to the public already on the district website. So
Okay.
that's my motion.
Okay. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Is there any discussion at all? Okay, Laura Lee, would you please call the roll?
Stu Boyd,
Aye.
Denise Chapman,
Aye.
Amy Doran,
Aye.
Don Kirk,
Aye.
Barbara Cruz,
Aye.
Alexandra Lessem,
Aye.
Nancy Rumfeld.
Aye.
Thank you. Do I have to do the full agenda thing again? No. Okay. All right. The next items of business would be our approval of the minutes, and we have two to approve tonight. March 26th, 2025. Does anyone have any changes or corrections to the minutes for March 26th? Hearing none, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes for March 26th, 2025.
So moved. Second.
So a first from Denise and a second from Dawn. Laura Lee, please call the roll.
Stu Boyd,
Aye.
Denise Chapman,
Aye.
Amy Doran,
Aye.
Don Kirk,
Aye.
Barbara Cruz,
Aye.
Alexandra Lessem,
Aye.
Nancy Rumfeld.
Aye. Thank you. And the second one is the approval of the minutes for April 2nd, 2025, which is our study session that we had recently. Are there any changes or corrections to the minutes of that meeting? Hearing none, I will take a motion to approve the minutes for April 2nd, 2025.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, that was just a reverse order. That would be Dawn and then Denise. Thank you. Laura Lee, please call the roll.
Stu Boyd,
Aye.
Denise Chapman,
Aye.
Amy Doran,
Aye.
Don Kirk,
Aye.
Barbara Cruz,
Aye.
Alexandra Lessem,
Aye.
Nancy Rumfeld.
Aye. Thank you. All right, we'll move into public participation, and we'll turn it over to Dr. Schaefer.
So good evening, Madam President, members of the Board of Education, students, staff, and community members. We are excited to be here in Berthoud. As you know, we have the privilege and opportunity to hold two of our meetings here in the town. We meet in October and then again in April. And prior to this meeting, we had the opportunity to eat dinner with a number of town officials, including Mayor Karspeck. And it's always a good opportunity to hear about some of the goings-on in the town, as well as give them some opportunity to ask us questions. On a personal note, as I will be stepping away from my role in June, I would note that it's been a privilege and honor to engage and work with town officials. One thing that we've worked really hard to do is ensure that the town of Berthoud is absolutely a very valued part of the Thompson School District. 4 wonderful, amazing schools, incredible community, amazing students, staff, and it's just been a privilege and honor to spend time here. And so I just wanted to note that. A few announcements. A reminder that 2025 is the Thompson School District. We have our student art show. It's now on display at the Loveland Public Library through May 3rd. The exhibit features over 100 incredible pieces, including photography, paintings, and drawings, each showcasing the creativity of our talented students. We're so proud of their beautiful work and invite you to stop by and celebrate these amazing young artists. Congratulations to Cottonwood Plains Elementary's Destination Imagination team, Los Campeones, I minored in Spanish, Campeones, for qualifying for the DI Global Competition in Kansas City, Missouri this May for the 2nd year in a row. Even more impressive, they compete entirely in Spanish. We're so proud of their creativity, teamwork, and incredible achievement. We want to congratulate Mountain View High School senior Ileana Collins, who was selected as a 2025 Betcher Scholar, as well as a recipient of the Daniel Scholarship. The Betcher Scholarship is one of the most competitive programs throughout our region. It is an exceptionally high honor, and we are so proud of her for this prestigious achievement. The Daniels program offers a comprehensive 4-year college scholarship that provides financial and personal support focused on helping Daniels scholars succeed in college and life. Ileana plans on attending Colorado College in Colorado Springs this fall. We are planning on honoring Ileana at one of our upcoming meetings. Finally, if Karen Barrett is here in our wonderful auditorium. Karen, yes, could you stand for us, please? And actually do more than stand, if you can come forward. We want to honor and recognize you this evening. No, we want you front and center.
We'll always find you.
Is that a Give Next t-shirt? Perfect, of course it is. Excellent, nice. Karen Barrett, we want to congratulate Karen, who's a teacher and librarian here at Berthoud High School, for receiving the Distinction in School Library Services Award from the Colorado Association of Libraries. The organization stated, quote, Karen has demonstrated exemplary leadership through programming that builds community, instruction that empowers critical thinking, and a library program that responds to the diverse needs of her students. Her work highlights the essential role that certified teacher librarians play in preparing students for post-secondary success. Karen, we are extremely proud of you. Congratulations on this amazing honor. And we're going to take a picture with you because that's what we do here in the Thompson School District. So this will be the first of many. So, we'll join you.
No.
Oh, okay.
I know, there's actually one who wasn't,
Most of them here are.
but she was my colleague.
Okay.
When I was teaching.
Okay, so as you know, each month we have the opportunity to recognize our Top of Thompson Award winners. These are peer-nominated recognitions that staff can nominate other staff in the 3 job categories. So we have classified, licensed in APT, which is our administrative group. We also have a Community Champions Award. The Community Champions Award recognizes a valuable either nonprofit or business or some entity within our community that makes an impactful difference. So we will first start with our top of Thompson, and so what we'll do is when I call your names, if you would please come up to the podium, and then the person who, the nominator, if you could please read the nomination, and then you'll see there's a small lucite plaque which we would invite you to please give to that person. And of course, when we're done with all of these, we will take a picture. So I will start with the classified, and that is Cheryl Newman. And so Cheryl is a payroll specialist at the administration building, and Cheryl was nominated by Bree Bell. So if you can come forward, please. We can clap, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wondered why she looked so familiar when she came in.
All right, fantastic. Well, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Schaefer, thank you for the opportunity. I'm honored to nominate Cheryl for the Top of Thompson Award in recognition of her outstanding dedication and expertise in payroll administration. Her meticulous attention to detail ensures accurate payroll processing, from maintaining personnel files to verifying timesheets and calculating deductions. Cheryl plays a crucial role in supporting employees by addressing payroll concerns with professionalism and care. Beyond her daily responsibilities, she manages critical tasks such as processing retirements, reconciling deductions, and administering tax levies and garnishments. Her commitment to accuracy and efficiency is evident in her collaboration with audit teams, para, and various committees. Additionally, she diligently tracks and calculates leave bank hours, ensuring compliance and transparency. Through her exceptional work ethic, problem-solving skills, and dedication to service, Cheryl exemplifies excellence in payroll administration, making her a truly deserving recipient of this award.
Congratulations. So next we'll move on to licensed, and we have Amy Egbuji, who's, Amy is our Learning Center teacher at Winona Elementary School. Amy was nominated by Sarah Bruder. We got it.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Schaefer. I am honored to nominate Amy Egbuji for her outstanding dedication and commitment as a special education teacher. Amy consistently goes above and beyond in her role, providing unwavering support to students with diverse learning needs and creating a positive, inclusive environment where every student feels valued. She truly sees and knows each and every student on her very large caseload. From day one, Amy has demonstrated a deep understanding of each student's unique needs, tailoring lesson plans and interventions to help them succeed and meet their goals. I have never met a special education teacher so in tune to their kids and scaffold so well. Every kid she sees makes tremendous growth. Her ability to adapt and find creative solutions to challenges ensures that all students receive the support they need to thrive. Whether working one-on-one with students or leading small group activities, Amy fosters an environment of patience, encouragement, and growth. What truly sets Amy apart is her dedication to forming strong, trusting relationships with students, parents, and colleagues. She is always willing to listen, collaborate, and advocate for the best interests of the students, ensuring that every child receives the resources and attention they deserve. In addition to her exceptional teaching abilities, Amy has gone above and beyond by joining the leadership team. She asks valuable questions to support other staff members in understanding how to best meet the needs of students with disabilities and keep a holistic lens when making shared decisions as a building. Her commitment to continuous learning and professional growth is evident in her consistent participation in conferences and training sessions to stay at the forefront of best practices in special education. Amy's positive impact on our school community is immeasurable, and she has truly transformed the lives of so many students.
Nice.
Congratulations, Amy. And last but not least, we have APT. And tonight we're going to be recognizing Ryan Wallstrom, who is the Assistant Principal Athletic Director from Mountain View High School. And Ryan was nominated by Dan Cowgill, colleague and also Assistant Principal at Mountain View High School.
Hi, everybody. All right, it is with great enthusiasm that I recommend Ryan Wallstrom for the prestigious Top of Thompson Award. As an integral member of the Mountain View High School administration team, Ryan has quickly made a significant impact on our school community through his unwavering dedication to our students, athletics, and activities. His work ethic, leadership, and commitment to fostering school spirit have been nothing short of extraordinary. Since joining our administrative team, Ryan has seamlessly assimilated into his role, demonstrating an exceptional ability to collaborate, uplift others, and contribute meaningfully to our shared mission. His dedication to teamwork is evident in everything he does. Whether working with students, coaches, or fellow staff members, he consistently prioritizes the collective success of our school over individual recognition. And I can attest to that because I know he's very uncomfortable right now with the attention. His positive attitude and strong sense of humor make him not only a pleasure to work with, but also a trusted and respected leader among students and staff alike. One of Ryan's most impressive contributions has been his work on Mountain View's athletics and activities social media presence. His efforts were instrumental in earning our school a spot as a semifinalist in the Friday Night 5G Lights competition, a testament to his innovation, creativity, and passion for celebrating our student athletes and programs. This achievement underscores his ability to leverage technology and media to enhance school spirit and engagement, further cementing his impact on our community. Beyond his work with athletics and activities, Ryan exemplifies what it means to be a dedicated and selfless leader. He is always willing to help anyone in need, whether that means staying late to support an event, mentoring students, or stepping in wherever he is needed. His school pride is palpable and his enthusiasm is contagious, inspiring those around him to embrace the Mountain View spirit. Additionally, Ryan has been instrumental in continuing to strengthen our booster programs and has shown great dedication to increasing our partnerships with community businesses, fostering valuable relationships that benefit our students and school programs. In short, Ryan Wallstrom embodies the values and qualities of the Top of Thompson Award seeks to recognize. His leadership, dedication, and genuine care for our students and staff make him an invaluable asset to Mountain View High School. I wholeheartedly support his nomination and encourage you to recognize his contributions.
Wow, nice. Looks like you have a little cheering section along. Cute.
All right, we'll move on to finally our Community Champion Award. And this evening, we are going to be recognizing Abby Erickson from Vivacity Tech. And Abby was nominated by Andy Larkins and Michael Hoffman. So if you can please come forward.
Dr. Schaefer, board members, I want to thank you for recognizing Vivacity Tech and the work they've done with us. Vivacity has partnered with us in so many ways. Their curriculum has been instrumental in our intern and apprenticeship pathways. Their Student Repair Academy has really changed the offerings that ITS has been able to offer to students. Purchasing hardware from them has also been critical and has streamlined our processes so our teams are more effective. Abby and her team has always been willing to look at things in a different way and see if they can accommodate us or potentially even come up with something better. Vivacity has been an excellent partner with ITS and TSD and has saved us thousands of dollars and offered us so many new exciting ways to continue to provide technology to the district. Thank you.
Great.
Okay, so at this time, we'd like to re-invite up our three Top of Thompson awardees, as well as our community champion. If we can take a picture.
Let's try to do 2 rows if we can. All right. Denise, let's have you pop forward a little bit. Here we go. See Martin? Got it? Okay. You got it? I think so. We'll find out. Okay. On 3. 1, 2. Cool. Thank you.
Finally, I'd like to invite up to the podium our Executive Director of Secondary Schools, Theo Robeson, who will be introducing our school that we're going to be recognizing this evening. And so, Theo, take it away.
So, greetings, Madam President, Dr. Schaefer, member of this board, Theodore Robeson, Executive Director of Secondary Ed, and I'm pleased to be here tonight to introduce Roy Trippi, our principal at Berthoud High School.
Madam President, Dr. Schaefer, members of the board, thank you once again for coming to Berthoud to be a part of this meeting. And I know in just my short time here at Berthoud, having this opportunity in our community is very much appreciated. And even seeing the ripples of the Berthoud, I'm watching Andy Larkins come up here to present an award as a student of Berthoud High School. So obviously our community reaches much further than just the boundaries that we exist in. So thank you for the opportunity here. I'm going to introduce Ms. Lauren Schaefer, who is our student council sponsor, and a couple of our students to talk about again, another way that our school has reached out into the community with the Make-A-Wish Foundation and the work that they did around that. So Ms. Lauren Swanson.
Hi, my name is Lauren Swanson, and this is my second year here at Berthoud High School and my first year in the role as Student Council Advisor. One of the first things that we wanted to do this year was bring Make-A-Wish to Berthoud High School, and so we worked really diligently all first semester to bring this to the school. I have 2 members of my Student Council Executive Board here to kind of talk about our process. I have Ms. Meredith Erker and Ms. Gabriel Erker, and they're going to come tell you a little bit about what we achieved.
All right, hello everyone. This is a pleasure to be here, so thank you for having us for one. So our journey for starting the Make-A-Wish started last year when we had a student here, a senior, who had lymphoma cancer, and so as a form of like recognition for her, we decided that we would put a week together and we would do all of these events and put together a ton of money and donate it to an organization of her choice. And I'm not sure what number we made on money-wise for that, but it was a really good turnout, and so that was also why we decided, okay, well maybe we can take this a step further next year and go with Make-A-Wish Colorado, something very well known to a lot of other organizations out there. So we started with that, and then in the fall, right after homecoming, me and Swanson ended up starting off by reaching out to Make-A-Wish Colorado. We got paired with Tina, who is down there, and she was our advisor and helped us kind of figure everything out. And we started by doing a ton of interviews, and we had a whole application process, but during the time before we figured out who our kid was, we knew for sure that we wanted to plan the week around things that he enjoyed and what his wish was going to be. So our child ended up being Jeremy, and he had leukemia, and his wish was to go to Alaska. So now I'm going to hand it over to my sister, and she will tell you about what the week was like.
So, like she said, we wanted to base it around all the things that he liked and the things he enjoyed. So like our dress-up days were kind of like, we had Minecraft Monday, Orange Out Tuesday, Country Music Day Wednesday, Cozy Camping Thursday, And then on Friday, we had our like big Make-A-Wish day, because throughout the week we had made these t-shirts that say like Make-A-Wish, trip to Alaska, that we handed out to kids. We're like, or they paid like I think $10 or $15 for them. And then on that Friday, we had like a Make-A-Wish dance that kind of was themed around like Alaska and stuff like that. And if they wore the t-shirt, they could get in for free. And just stuff like that, just like to make it to where Jeremy was like really spread throughout the community. And then without like overall the week and weeks prior, we had done different like fundraising events for it. So we paired up with Dutch Bros, where they did like every dollar that we made, or every drink that they made, they gave us $1 from that. Buffalo Wild Wings did something with us where they did all like 10% of proceeds from one night all went to us. We did something with Red Robins, Raising Cane's, and then Joyful Brews, which is a local coffee shop, did something with us. And they also did something with, I think, Berthoud Elementary. And then we did a silent auction that same Friday night, where we had these baskets where we got all this stuff donated, and we made a lot of money off of that. And then we did this thing where Student Council does this thing, Chuck-a-Duck, where it's something they do during halftime for the basketball game, and all the money that we made from that all like came together for the end total. And yeah, just like making sure that kids knew who Jeremy was, and just so like he knew like how important he was. And we had a pep assembly at the end of the week where we made a video to send to him just to show him like how much we support him. And I think it was just like a really good thing that brought the community together as a whole. And yeah, and we had the elementary schools participated. Ivy Stock Elementary did a hot cocoa stand, which fortunately like me and some other student council kids got to go and help with them. And that was amazing to go see, because all these kids, like these little kids, were so excited to like have hot cocoa and to support Jeremy. And yeah, Berthoud Elementary did the same thing, but with Joyful Brews with hot cocoa. And then our middle school, Turner, did a pep assembly where they did a fundraiser to see who could pie a teacher in the face. So it was just like, it brought the entire community together, not only as a school district, but also as Berthoud as a whole, because we held up flyers and there was things that like people donated to. And we had a sponsor who matched our silent auction night. So just like as a whole, the community all came together to support that. And then Meredith is gonna come up and tell us how much we made in the end.
All right, so our goal was $7,000, because just to grant one wish, it's $7,000. Well, just from the Berthoud community, we raised $11,445. And as a total, I believe it was 13 or 15? 13,000. So yeah, we made it way over our goal, almost doubled it completely. Yeah. So that completely is just amazing. And as a senior going into college, it feels nice knowing like I was able to participate and start such a tradition in not only our school, but even maybe the school district completely. So yeah.
Wonderful.
Any questions at all?
So let's see if they do have questions. Are there any questions coming?
I just think it's a great idea. I love how that turned out. And where's Jeremy actually from?
So he is in Lambert County. Not sure exactly where, but yeah. And at the beginning of planning all of it, I was really trying to see if he would maybe want to even come into the high school and like be a part of our pep assemblies to really like get the kids to get super like amped up about it all. But he didn't, because he is in rehab, I think, and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Will you get to find out how his trip to Alaska goes?
We hope so. We've somewhat stayed in contact with him, so hope is that he's able to go soon, and we'll find out. So yeah.
Anybody else?
I was gonna ask.
Same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a question, but what an awesome idea. Congratulations to you guys for doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Agreed. I have to just apply for it. Great job. Yes, take a picture.
Yes, yeah. I hope she keeps it going. I'm like, please don't stop it. But yeah.
Great. Okay, we probably have to. Do we have to get together?
All right.
Here.
All right. Try that.
Or you step out.
Yeah. Only so far. I don't want to go too far. Okay.
I'm sorry, that was awesome.
You're totally good. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, good for you. Yeah. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Okay, so we will jump over our committee reports and move on to public comment. And so I'm going to turn it over to Dawn, who reads the little blurb.
Public comment and questions at a regular meeting may deal with any topic related to the board's conduct of the schools. Speakers may offer such criticism of school operations and programs as concern them, but are encouraged to exercise their speech rights responsibly. The board encourages the discussion of all personnel matters to be conducted in an executive session. The board president shall be responsible for recognizing all speakers, who shall properly identify themselves, for maintaining proper order and for adherence to any time limit set. Questions requiring investigation shall be referred to the superintendent for consideration and later response. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker to ensure that all have a chance to speak. Because we are in Berthoud, it'll be manual, so I'll give you a sign that there's 30 seconds left, and then I'll get your attention at the end of time. And we have just one speaker tonight, and that is Tara Hildebrand.
Hi. So 10 out of 510,000 NCAA athletes are transgender. That's 0.002% of the athletes. Girls in this school district are being told that they are weaker than, smaller than, afraid of, traumatized by a non-existent person. They are publicly paraded around the nation in clothing promoting hate and baseless discrimination. Marketing is everything in sport. I told you last time that I have a master's in sports management and worked at every level of sports. Every decision in upper level sport is influenced by marketing. Public, non-inclusive statements made by athletes can negatively impact their scholarship and playtime opportunities. Female athletes from this school district participated in a photo shoot for a national campaign against trans feminine athletes. The same athletes gave a prayer-filled public comment supporting the same baseless fears a few weeks ago. These athletes appeared on a national news forum promoting the hate, along with another female student asking Ms. Rumsfeld to stop promoting her agenda in such a harmful way. The threat of missing out on scholarship opportunities is far more realistic due to the photo shoot than the non-existent threat of a trans feminine athlete. Athletes who engage, this is a quote, athletes who engage in discriminatory or prejudiced behavior are those who publicly express views that are seen as harmful to certain groups, risk damaging their reputation and potentially losing the support of coaches, schools, and athletic programs. This can lead to a decline in their scholarship offers. Nancy, you are the one solely responsible for these students being used for a discriminatory agenda. You are harming so many students for your own personal gain. You are harming teachers and community members with your obsession to squash transgender rights. The marketing of hate and discrimination through national headlines and promotional sportswear implicates the entire school district. Transgender rights are state law. Your campaign to take their rights away should be fought at the state level. Your fight should not include the exploitation of our children. To the board at large, allowing the rights of transgender students and teachers to be continually paraded around in a negative way throughout our community and nation should not be tolerated. The people need to hear you loud and clear, see you stand up for a group that is relentlessly targeted for discrimination by a fellow board member. Stand up, speak up, be the school board that inspires kindness and power instead of hate and weakness. Thank you.
We have 3 call-ins. So we will listen to the call-ins, and that will be the end of public comment for tonight.
Good evening. I'm Nancy Meredith from Loveland and can be reached at 970-215-2817. Thank you, board directors and Dr. Schaefer. Tonight I want to address a post shared by Nancy Renfeld concerning students who are below in reading. That number, to remind us, was 2,798 plus 74 seniors. These facts are taken out of context, as typically done by Nancy. As a special ed teacher for most of my career, now one who provides professional development to teachers and leaders in Colorado and nationally, I can tell you there are so many variables for why some kids struggle in reading. Specific to reading, and according to researcher John Hattie, who has conducted 1,400 meta-analyses of 80,000 studies with 300 million students, his findings show those influences on learning outcomes. For example, we know that explicit instruction has an effect size of 0.57. 0.4 was designated as the average, meaning a year's growth. We know that teaching phonics, spelling, vocabulary, metacognitive strategies all have effect sizes of 0.58 to 0.77. We know that intervention programs do work, both behavioral and academic, with effect sizes of 0.62 and 1.29. We also know negatives such as lack of sleep, screens, teaching to the test, ADHD, among others, all have inverse results for reading/learning. Paul Thomas, professor from Furman University, in his presentation at the CCIRA conference, noted that without universal health care, without food and housing security, and without access to books in the home and community, reading achievement declines. 63% of test scores are related to home. Katie Kelly, another speaker, also noted that scripted programs, such as those dictated by CDE, are only a quick fix. Providing kids with access to books, choice of books, time to actually read those books, and having a real person read aloud daily, these are the things that impact reading achievement that we have control over. I want to say that the reasons for not reading at grade level are as many and varied as our kids. I want to thank 6 members of the board for doing your best to provide food and housing security for our kids and for allowing books to stay on our shelves. And for you, Nancy, to make blanket statements about reading without actual knowledge of what research is saying only causes more divisiveness. I know that providing instructional coaches and interventionists support our kids and teachers. That effect size is 0.49. So my invitation to you, Nancy, is to please know your facts, know your teachers, know the programs before calling out a random number for people to get upset about. The sky is not falling.
My name is Elizabeth Newton. I live in Fort Collins, and my email is eanewton2013@gmail.com. Belonging for anyone, and especially students, is foundational and a thread to success. A student's sense of belonging positively affects their academic success, social-emotional well-being, and their persistence in school. Students who feel they belong are more likely to engage in learning, achieve academically, and remain in school longer. Nancy, you tout your support of all students, talking about concern for reading proficiency, but at the same time, use language to say students can identify as a man, woman, furry, or whatever. What a way to exclude kids, affecting their mental and emotional well-being and sense of belonging. Students cannot survive, let alone thrive under your leadership. All you care about is using your board seat to push a political agenda and a desperate and needy attempt at recognition. I'm asking the board again to censor you. Nancy, you need to resign now before you harm more children. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Haley Tyner. I live in Loveland, Colorado, across the street from the Thompson Valley High School. I'm not a student. I am just a resident in the neighborhood. I wanted to call in because recently I've been finding graffiti and drawn pictures and random forms of vandalization involving swastikas, things that are very anti-Semitic. Generally, I've always, seen kids just, try to be edgy and leave racist or homophobic remarks everywhere. But really, it's like kind of it was a final straw with the swastikas, and I wanted to call in because I know there has been reports to the school about this, and nothing has been done yet. I apologize for leaving a comment late in the day, but I did want to bring this up because it's involving that and constant littering, and this is all occurring during their off-campus lunch time. And it's a problem because we have small children that live in this community, and they don't need to be seeing swastikas. And it's a big problem, and it's been going on. It's been reported, and nothing's been done. But if you guys need to contact me, I did make a report. I did call with the admins and made a report. I did call the Loveland Police Department and made a report with them about the swastikas. But if you need to point of contact, my phone number is 816-714-6426. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.
Okay, this concludes our public comment for the night, and we'll move on to action consent items. And these are items that have been presented to us at a previous meeting or at a study session and involve items that need to be approved by the board. I will read the list first and then ask if any board members have anything they want pulled, and we have one item that will be read aloud for our benefit. So 6.1 is the approval of personnel extra duty coaching recommendations. 6.2 is the approval of expenditures over $50,000. 6.3 is the approval of Head Start assessment report. 6.4 is the approval of the Week of the Young Child proclamation. 6.5 is the approval of district auditor for the year 2025-2026. 6.6, approval of the second reading regulation of DKBR, tax deferred savings plan. 6.7 is the approval of the 2018 bond reconciliation, and 6.8 is the approval of energy performance contract. So I'm going to ask Amy to read the proclamation, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you. I'm really happy to have the opportunity to read this. Whereas the Thompson School District Integrated Early Childhood Program and the Early Childhood Council of Larimer County, in conjunction with the National Association for the Education of Young Children, are celebrating the Week of the Young Child, April 5th through 11th, 2025. And whereas these organizations are working to improve early learning opportunities, including early literacy programs that can provide a foundation of learning for children in Larimer County, Colorado. And whereas early years are learning years, and whereas by calling attention to the need for quality early childhood care and education for all young children and families within the community, we can hope to improve the quality and availability of such services. And whereas teachers and others who make a difference in the lives of young children deserve thanks and recognition. And whereas public policies that support early learning for all young children are crucial to our young children's future. Now therefore, we, the Thompson School District Board of Education, do hereby proclaim April 5th through 11th, 2025 as the Week of the Young Child.
Thank you, Amy. All right, I'm going to ask if any members of the board wish to speak on any issues listed on the consent agenda. Are there any items?
I would like to pull 6.2 and 6.8.
Okay. 6.2 and 6.8. 6.2 is expenditures,
Yes.
okay, and 6.8 is the energy.
Correct.
All right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and we'll quickly renumber, just a second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And those will become 7.2 and 7.3 under discussion action items. So I will take a motion to approve the remaining items on our action consent.
So moved.
Thank you. And is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. So a motion from Dawn and a second from Nancy. And Laura Lee, will you please call the roll?
Yes. Stu Boyd.
Aye.
Denise Chapman.
Aye.
Amy Doran.
Aye.
Dawn Kirk.
Aye.
Barbara Cruz.
Aye.
Alexandra Lessem.
Aye.
Nancy Rumpel.
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. All right. We'll move on to discussion action items. And we'll begin with item 7.1, which is the approval of the project budget contract approval for Loveland High School. Invite Todd up.
Good evening, Madam President, Board of Education, Dr. Schaefer, Todd Piccone, Assistant Superintendent of Operations. Tonight is just a memo that really combines two items from last study session. So we had two approvals, one for bond bond reconciliation for the fields for $550,000, and then another memo for PILO to work on ADA at Loveland High School. So this, we combined it into one memo to make sure the board and community knew that it is one project with both those funding sources feeding to the project at Loveland High School. So again, it's for the baseball, softball fields, the ADA, and then plaza work to get access to those fields on North Lake Park, which is leased from the city of Loveland.
And we saw the pictures on the map last time,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay. Are there any questions people have? Okay. Alexandra.
So I just have a question, if you could talk to us a little bit about the process you use to ensure that that's ADA compliant and that there's access from the current handicap parking spots all the way into the field and around the field?
Yes, that was the reason for the increased cost, was to ensure that pathway. And additionally, we hired a third party that was outside of the design and district to just do a third party review to make sure that we had the pieces covered. So yes, there is complete access from the lot, the parking, along the sidewalk down, and then all the way to the plaza area where the bleachers are.
Okay, Nancy?
I just want to make sure, so this work for the ADA, which I'm really glad we're bringing it to closure, it's been around a while, will this work be completed before the beginning of this next school year, or?
It will be, yes, yes. The plan is to complete it this summer. And just to note, this is just ADA work associated with the softball, baseball field, so yeah, not other pieces within Loveland High.
Right, okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. So I would take a motion to approve approve the project budget contract approval for Loveland High School.
So move.
I'll second.
Thank you. So I have a first from Stu and a second from Nancy for the approval of this. Laura, please call the roll.
Stu Boyd.
Aye.
Denise Chapman.
Aye.
Amy Doran.
Aye.
Dawn Kirk.
Aye.
Barbara Cruz.
Aye.
Alexandra Lessem.
Aye.
Nancy Rumpel.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, so we'll go to 7.2, which is the approval of expenditures over $50,000. And Nancy, why don't you explain to us why you pulled this for us, please?
So first on this, because this approval of expenditures over $50,000 is one item, but it has multiple items on it to approve. My understanding is that I will need to vote on all of them, but Plant Moran and the legal expense part, I do support. We just can't separate it off of there. For the electric buses, I don't really have any additional questions. Just really to just say this is a continuation of, I still don't believe these buses were needed, and it's not a good use of federal taxpayer monies. And so that, on those two items, that's why I'm voting no on the expenditures over $50,000.
Okay, does anybody else have any comments? All right. Hearing none, I will take a motion to approve the, what am I looking for? The approval of the expenditures over $50,000.
So moved.
That was Dawn, and I need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Alexandra. Seconds. Laura Lee, please call the roll.
Stu Boyd.
Aye.
Denise Chapman.
Aye.
Amy Doran.
Aye.
Don Kirk.
Aye.
Barbara Cruz.
Aye.
Alexandra Lessem.
Aye.
Nancy Rumpel.
No.
All right, that one is approved, 6-1. 7.3 will be the approval of the energy performance contract. So Nancy?
I do have questions for Todd. So what I'm trying to understand is this project has always been around $5.5 million. We've pulled off the solar, which was a little over $4.1 million, but we're still going to borrow the $5.5 million. I understand we have to replace the LEDs, but during this whole time, what was the plan to apparently replace the other LEDs that we've now suddenly found need to be replaced? I'm not understanding how we could pull off $4.1 million and still need to borrow 5.5.
Okay, so I think there's two questions maybe. So the first is how we plan to replace all fluorescents throughout our buildings. This really is the plan. When the state made the transition to eliminate fluorescents, that happened pretty abruptly. So this was, as we were working on this for a couple of years, this was the plan. The opportunity came when solar didn't, with the federal tax credits, the opportunity then came to increase and do more buildings to take care of a longer term plan. I mean, really, this doesn't take care of all the issues anyway. We still have, in our energy management plan, we still have water conservation, we still have other lighting upgrades to do. This just allows us to take that big chunk, really this summer to complete most of the work.
Okay, and then the solar is permanently removed from this, right?
It is. It's still part of our energy sustainability plan. We still think it's good for the district to do. It just didn't fit right now with the current constraints of the government grant funding.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I will take a motion to approve the energy performance contract.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
First from Denise, second from Dawn. Laura Lee, please call the roll.
Stu Boyd.
Aye.
Denise Chapman.
Aye.
Amy Doran.
Aye.
Don Kirk.
Aye.
Barbara Cruz.
Aye.
Alexandra Lessem.
Aye.
Nancy Rumpel.
Aye.
All right, thank you. That is approved as well. All right, we are dispensing with discussion items for tonight. We have two written reports. 9.1 is PI that's the early childhood report, and I'm drawing a blank on PI. What's PI stand for?
Partners in Education.
Thank you. Just a blank. Partners in Education, and it's with the parents that are on the early childhood report, and that's on our, and then there's the BOE March financial report is there. So item 10 on our agenda is for us to move into executive session again tonight. And this is for the board. The Board of Education may proceed into executive session pursuant to CRS section 24.6.4024G to discuss documents made confidential by the Colorado Open Records Act, and the particular matter for discussion is the content of applications, and supporting records for superintendent candidates who are not yet finalists as defined by CRS Section 24-72-2043A 11 XI? A. I don't know if it's XI separate or A. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to ask Denise to make the motion. It's in blue for us.
Move that the Board of Education proceed into executive session pursuant to CRS 24-6-4024G to discuss documents made confidential by the Colorado Open Records Act, and the particular matter for discussion is the content of applications and supporting records for superintendent candidates who are not yet finalists as defined by CRS 24-72-2043A 11A.
Yeah, it's a long one, isn't it? All right. Thank you. So I have the first from Denise and second from, who was that?
Dawn.
No, Alexandra.
No, it was Dawn.
It was Dawn, okay. I heard something. Laura Lee, please call the roll.
Stu Boyd.
Aye.
Denise Chapman.
Aye.
Amy Doran.
Aye.
Dawn Kirk.
Aye.
Barbara Cruz.
Aye.
Alexander Lessem.
Aye.
Nancy Rumpel.
Aye.
Thank you. We will be moving into executive session. We'll have with us tonight Randy Zila and Dr. Walt Cooper will be the people that will be working with us, and we will probably be gone for a couple hours. And we'll come back in here when we're finished to close out the meeting. So that's where we will be.